Shipped out of Cole.
Is the agenda the same?
Something
Make
else.
sure they got the YouTube running over there.
There you go. Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and call to order the October 24th Board of Commissioners meeting. Thank you all for being here today. This morning we've got Pastor Micah Stephen to give our opening prayer from the Odin Christian Church. Micah?
Let's pray, guys. Lord, thank you so much for another day that we get to crawl out of bed and just enjoy, see your creation. And Lord, it's such a blessing. Lord, I pray that you would oversee this meeting today, that everything that is said and everything that's done is pleasing, is honoring, is uplifting to you. I know we are in a world right now that seems like it's out of control, and so Lord, I just pray that we would just place you back in your rightful place, and all the decisions that we make, realizing that everything comes from you. So God, I just pray that you give us the wisdom and the knowledge to make the right decisions today, Lord, and we thank you most of all for Jesus. Without him, there's no hope, and so we're so thankful for him. And Lord, be with us today as we conduct this meeting. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, everyone should have received a copy of the minutes from the October 10th meeting. I was on fall break, so I will let you gentlemen determine if there's any changes that need to be made.
I did not see any.
I didn't see any.
Okay, I entertain a motion to approve. You by Commissioner Taylor. Do we have a second?
Yeah.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 2-0. All right, next up, let's see, we got a big pile of stuff over here. Must be bid opening day. Chris, good morning.
Morning.
And before I forget, we did have a highway meeting this morning. All commissioners were present. We met with representatives from REO Mine and talked about a number of different topics regarding their timeline for 200 North. I discussed the Montgomery Bridge, and those were the two main topics I recall. Yep, so, and enter that into the record. So, go ahead, Chris.
So this is the time and place for the opening of bids, highway bids for upcoming year and pricing for various materials. We've got a bunch of them here. Typically, if you don't mind, we're going to stamp them to make sure we verify that we have everything in the packets that we need. We're going to go ahead and open these and read off a couple of things. I know there's folks here that are interested in pricing. Typically, we'll take those under advisement, and then at a future meeting, they'll award the bids. Okay. Number one here is from J. Kemp, Inc. It's J. Kemp here. Check. For culvert pipes and other drainage structures. Tiling various county roads. There's prices here.
Let me go ahead and read them.
If you want to read a handful of things that are notable, we can't go through every single number that's been bid. But what we'll do again is, there's things that you all are interested in hearing, or if the commissioners, or if you think needs to be read, we'll go ahead and publicize that. Take everything under advisement then.
Okay, first from J. Kemp for 6-inch tile fine slot. Looks like $1.39 a foot, and they actually install it with the trencher. Installed is $2.40 a foot. They're N12 pipe, 12 inch is $6.49 a foot. 24 inch is $19.97 a foot. 36 inch is $39.49 a foot. and 60 inch is 99.12 a foot.
So the second one is from US Aggregates. They here today? Circled item number 5 and item number 6, sand and gravel, crushed stone. Bond is there.
Okay, I'll keep this one for now.
Okay.
So when I get to other pipes,
Okay,
I'll keep the first one in each so I can read the same thing.
sure.
So, commercial stone, US aggregate, number 5 stones, $8.55 a ton. 11, no bids. Washed 11s is $19.65 a ton. 53s is $7.65 a ton. 73s is $10.15 a ton. That is picked up at quarry. This looks like a duplicate. The freight rate per ton, 11.20.
Okay, this one is from Bustler Enterprises. That's for lubricants. Bustler here. Here's class item number 1.
Go ahead, Hayden. Okay, so from Bustler, oil, grease, and antifreeze, NW30 SAEs, $12.63 a gallon. Transmission, hydraulic, EO4 is $8.18 per gallon. Multi-purpose grease is $3.57 a pound. And windshield washer fluid, $1.96 a gallon.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we know that that's for Bustler?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is okay, this is for Great Lakes Chloride. Right here. Placer item number 10, calcium chloride solution. Price.
Okay, Great Lakes chloride for chloride, 32% with boost, $1.79 a gallon, 38%, $1.70 a gallon, and 42% is $1.95 a gallon.
Okay, this is for Rogers Group. Is it here? 5 and 6. Sand and gravel and crushed stone.
Okay, Rogers Group. Number 5 stone is $10 a ton. Washed 11s is $11.25 a ton. 53s is $10.50 a ton. 73s is $10.50 a ton. And freight is $10 a ton.
This is for civil supply. Culvert types and drainage structures.
So Civil Supply Company, see that is. Double wall, 12-inch, $6.90 a foot. 24-inch is $20.80 a foot. 36-inch is $38.43 a foot. And 60-inch is $106.20 a foot.
Next one is from JJ's Concrete. Right from JJ's here. Global fill and precast concrete. Check.
What time is your bridge meeting?
10:30. Good thing about us owning the bridge, they'll wait on us.
Yeah.
Concrete masonry. I don't know what you want to read there. And flowable fill.
So the flowable fill, NDOT type 60 cement, 3,100 sand, 70 water, $96 per cubic yard. Their precast structures go 10 foot by 8 foot, 766. Is that it? And then we'll just go with a 18 by 8, it's $1,278.
Okay, this next one is from TNT Premier Lubricants. Bid on item number 1, lubricants, oil, grease, antifreeze, affidavit, oils. Check.
So from TNT Lubricants, 10W30, $32.25 a gallon. Transmission, $33.50 a gallon. Antifreeze, $55.20 a gallon, and windshield fluid is $7.87 a gallon.
Okay, this is from Asphalt Materials. Asphalt Emulsions, rejuvenating emulsions, are they here? Their summary, background information.
Okay, from Asphalt Materials. AE90S is $3.02 a gallon. SS1H AE-NT tack oils, $2.62 a gallon. AE90, $2.62 a gallon. PG binder is, that's 64.22, 799.65 a ton. PG binder 76.22 is 936.14.
Any more that we need to read on that? Yeah. He's good.
Is good.
Some emulsion oil is cheaper by gas.
Next is Rejuvatech. Rejuvatech.
We should let him come up and read the rest of it. He's done it before.
Took us just as much time when he was doing it, so, you know.
Yeah, this process goes much quicker today for some reason.
Okay. Rejuvenating oil,
We'll get Chris's spotlight.
preservation oil.
Okay, from Rejuvatech, the rejuvenating reclamite, $1.20 square yard. The preservative oil, the CRF, is $2.40 a square yard.
Anything else needs read? Okay. Okay, next one is Civilcon. Civilcon here. Item number 2, see attached pricing. Items number 7, see attached pricing. 8, pricing. Culverts, pipes, precast, bridge and engineering. Bridge and engineering packages.
So for Civilcon, HDP pipe, dual wall. (12" is $704 a foot. 24" is $22.88 a foot. 36" is $40.54 a foot. And it's a 60" bit of precast. Concrete box culverts. 8x8 is $893.20. I can't remember the sizes I read on the other one. I think it was a 10 by. I threw that one back. I thought I'd remember. 10x8 is $975.10.
Anything else you want? Red.
Oh, the metal pipe, yeah. We haven't done metal pipe yet. The corrugated steel pipe, 2 2/3 by a half, 16 gauge, with a 48" galvanized, 5938 polymer, 8636 foot. And if we go with the 12 gauge, 48" galvanized, 101.56 a foot, polymers 150.64 a foot. Jeff, is there any particular you want me to read? Just them two there. There's several different corrugations that you can read. There's probably 4 or 5 pages of corrugations.
And if we get to,
We'll take your word on it.
if we get to something that's of note to you and you want us to read certain things, we
Do
can.
you want us to go back?
Okay, for Jones and Sons, bid on concrete, flowable fill, sand and gravel, crushed stone. That's where it starts.
So the NDOT flowable fill, 60 cement, 3,100 sand, 70 water, 118 dollars per cubic yard. Pea gravel, 1675 a ton. Wash sand is 13.15 a ton. Number 5 stone is 24.75 a ton. That is 11 washed 11, or no, just 11s. 25.75 a ton, and 53s is 21.95 a ton.
That delivered, Chris?
Well, I think that's pickup. They don't have a freight rate on this page. But most of the time, that's what we do.
Anything else to read on that?
That go in there too.
Okay, this is for All-Star Paving. Rejuvenating oils, preservative oils.
So All-Star Paving, rejuvenating oil, by Green Technologies, $1.50 a square yard. Preservative, Sonera Fog, $1.50 a square yard. Sealmaster Liquid Road, $3.85 a square yard. Sealmaster Aspen, which I don't know if I know what that is, $1.50 a square yard.
Anything else that needs read there, Bill? E&B Paving.
Sleep.
Several numbers here.
A&B Paving, mainline paving, number 9 surface, $97 a ton. Number 5 base, mainline paving, $88.50 a ton. AET tack oil in place, $4.75 a gallon. I think that is. And I believe we read the number 9 surface, the FOB is $70.50 a ton, and the number 5 base is $63 a ton. That's FOB on them last two.
Good.
Okay. Is that the final one?
Nope, got,
Oh, you still got this one?
we're getting close.
They're getting
No
thin.
worries.
thinking.
No worries.
Champagne Asphalt Company. Rejuvenating oil. That's what it looks like is everything.
Okay, rejuvenating oil, $1.50 a square yard. No bid on the preservative oil. The rejuvenating business is getting big.
This is Calcar Paving.
Okay. So Calcar paving, mainline paving, number 9 surface, 106 a ton. Number 5 base, 104 a ton. AET tack oil in place is $5.50 a gallon. FOB number 5 base is $70 a ton, and FOB number 9 surface is $78 a ton.
Anything else you want read? For cave quarries, got number 6 item, crushed stone.
Okay, number 5, or Cape Quarries, number 5 stone is $8 a ton. No bid on washed 11s, but 11s is $11.25 a ton. 53s is $8.50 a ton. 73s is $8.50 a ton. Freight rate is $10.90 a ton.
That's the last one. Does anybody have comments or questions, or are we ready for a motion to accept all bids and take them under advisement for future awards?
Any questions from any of the bidders? No? Okay. I'd entertain a motion to table the bids for further review. A motion made by Commissioner Taylor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. I thank you, everyone, for kind of sitting through that. I know it's can be time consuming, but it's an important process in the public sector. Obviously, we know a lot of the vendors, and this prevents any of us from putting our thumbs on the scale, and you know, the best product and the best price will win, and not necessarily the best relationship, if you will. So that's an important process. So thanks for doing that. So all right.
And it's only once a year.
Yeah, it's once a year. Chris, you still have the floor?
Okay, I guess, do you want to give an update on the REO?
Yeah, quick REO update, sure. I went ahead and did submit to Jen the timeline, that informational sheet that we received. I gave to Jen to enter into the minutes. So we had a good meeting with REO regarding the 200 North Road and the timeline to get that road mined through and put back. So we'll have a follow-up meeting, the second meeting in January with them. And so it was a very productive meeting. So looking forward to moving that relationship forward, so.
Yeah, and on that, I guess they're in the process of getting the utilities moved in the next couple of weeks and actually mining through the road. By the end of December 2023 is when they actually want to have the road mined through, but it is closed and the asphalt surface has been taken off of it. They were getting close enough to the road that if we continued to let traffic go through there while they were blasting, it could cause some damage to people. So the road's been closed and the asphalt's off of it. We took the asphalt off of it, put on County Road 500 East between 100 North and 200 North, and oiled it and sanded it and made a hard surface road out of that. Project updates, the bridge is open in Montgomery, so that's good. It is open. It was officially open last Thursday evening. There is some work that has to be done on it, but it's no work that would cause us to have to close the bridge completely, and that's what our goal was. There's a little bit of guardrail that still needs to be put on one of the radiuses that had to be custom made after the concrete was poured. There's some barriers that need to be put on, but everything was done to ensure the safety of the motoring public according to the railroad and to us and to the construction company to go ahead and open it, because it greatly impacted the school when it was closed. The ribbon cutting's today at 10:30. I think all three commissioners are going to give a big speech when we get there.
Yeah, just 30 minutes each. We're gonna keep it short.
Keep it short.
I do have a little bit of an update. That's why I was late on the Billings mine. We've been talking about that, which is 700 East, south of old Highway 50. We've been working on that, and I know I get questions about when the road's going to be reopened. And the surety company called me on the way in here and talked to me, and they're still working in DuBois County on the Shamrock mine. It's drawn out longer than what they anticipated. We had a plan to put the road back in on Billings mine, but the DNR wanted them to do something different with the reclamation. So now it's a little bit longer process. We've got to do the reclamation first before we put the road in, the way the DNR wanted them to put the road in, or do the reclamation if we put the road in first, it would have tore up the road that we just put in. So that was kind of the sum of it. So right now, we're finish up with the Shamrock Mine in Du Bois County, and then we are the next mine to get the engineering services on to satisfy the DNR and how they want them to reestablish the ground. So they're assuring me that it's not a if, it's a when.
Work in progress.
Yeah, it's a working process. It's drawn out, but they've been really good to work with. I did get the surety company, Michael Costello, to agree to meet with the commissioners at the highway meeting on the 28th of November to give you guys an update and bring some maps and show what they're required to do by DNR. The DNR manages all the mine reclamation. So, I mean, not that we could afford to reclaim all that ground, but I can't just go out there and do whatever I want without having the DNR involved, telling us exactly how to do it and what they expect. Which is a good thing, because you wouldn't want me redoing that hole. And I've got a voucher.
Okay. For 900 east, or
Oh, I didn't even read. Yeah.
should be about done with those.
Small one. Yep, still 900 east, phase 4. He's made one of these days.
And then, oh yeah, Thursday, we have an Amish safety meeting on Thursday.
Thursday,
This
yes.
Thursday, yeah. Okay, I got a LPA claim voucher for 900 East, and the total amount of $650.61 with 80% reimbursable. So it is winding down, so if there's no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Taylor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0.
Yeah, and we've turned into a letter of termination for that project, so that project is over. It's not been officially accepted yet.
I left a message I want to go back to Mike Costello in 700 East. I left a message for him and called back during this meeting. So he's going to be at the meeting on November 28th. Did he say what the update would be, or we're just going to wait to hear from him?
Just wait to hear. I mean, they really don't have a timeline. They was hoping they could put the road in by this year, and the road work putting the road work back together wasn't the issue. It's how they're supposed to reclaim the ground around the road work. They put the road in, then to move the dirt the way that they're supposed to and work the drainage, they would end up tearing the road back up. So they have to basically complete another engineering study for the DNR. So now, I was hoping we would get a little bit of dirt moved this year, but the way it sounds, it'll probably be next year. But I think we're making progress. We got them involved and engaged and getting dollar signs figured out. And other than that, I don't have anything since I've been so long.
Oh, you're great.
We're finishing up our paving this month. Next meeting, I'll give you guys an update of all the good work we did and the miles of road we paved and chip sealed and all that stuff. But
No, it's important. It's important to know. I mean, we've got a lot of miles of road out there, so
yeah,
you guys are doing a great job, making a lot of progress. My phone just doesn't ring that often with complaints. It's just
I've had it
great job.
complaints for a long time.
And they didn't under your predecessor really either. I mean, Phil did a great job. So
yeah. Well, I'm just trying to continue the good work, I guess.
it's good work, Denise.
And I never call him and ask him any questions ever.
Yeah, he doesn't bill us.
I'm not as fortunate, I'm still getting calls.
We are. You gotta take better care of your roads.
Understand? We're working on it, aren't we?
Yeah, we're working on it.
I'm teasing. Making a lot of progress. Yeah, you got those Washington folks. They're used to,
All blacktop roads,
6
yeah.
inches of asphalt. I mean, you give me a load of 53s and we're happy. But, all right. Well, Chris, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Chris.
All right, next up, we've got the Quick Impact Facade Program. Cindy, good morning.
Good morning. And as a citizen, I'll thank Ron. I've got new asphalt on my road as of like 2 weeks ago. That was exciting.
Of course, during election year, all the roads get paved.
Oh, yeah. We got RTC, fiber, and the road. We're all excited out there. Okay, so today I'm here on behalf of Discover Downtown Washington. The Board of Directors wants to thank you again for the contribution you made to make the Quick Impact Facade Grant Program possible. So you have the financials in front of you. There was a marketing budget that was small, and then the rest of the money went toward the facade improvements for several property owners in the downtown district, so not just Main Street, but the district. I'm here to see if you have any questions, and then I do want to point out the second page, or maybe the third page that you have. The blueprint kind of gives you a nice overlook at what was each property owner was projecting to spend on their facade improvement, what the grant contributed toward that once the work is done. So no one's been paid yet because we do that as a reimbursement. And so the total investment by the owner, then additional work they are planning to do for the building. So this was just facades. So several shared what their overall project cost was going to be to look at that total project estimates. Just to give you an idea of the return on the investment for the projects, and we're very excited about that. Several local property owners affected, lots of beautiful improvements to our downtown district, and lots of inquiries about doing this again. So hopefully next time the money will come from the state or some other entity, because we've had that offered to us before, so we hope that that comes around again. But thank you for letting us get this started. It's been a nice way to kick off Discover Downtown and make an impact for our community.
Great, and thank you for the work of you and the Discover Downtown. I mean, it's the amount of meetings, the amount of work that you all put in, the pumpkin loading and unloading and all the stuff that folks don't see.
And Amber's to be commended, and the organization behind the entire
Yes.
group has been
Yeah, great group of volunteers. So
yes.
I like one of them especially well.
Yes, that's true. She did
We
a great
won't
job.
mention any names, but great job to everyone. Gentlemen, any questions?
Good program. The way I read this, you've spent all your grant program dollars.
Yes.
You still have 3,500 left in the promotion side of it.
Yes.
What's your intent?
So we did already move, and Amber can speak better to this. We did with some of that remaining money, so the board still needs to meet. What we have discussed is we did move some and do an additional grant, so with that remaining money. And then looking at any other additional expenses between now and when we finally wrap up and get everything sent out, because the payments, again, no payments have been spent out yet.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we've got the Daviess County Economic Development Contract at Bob Greer. Welcome, Bob, to your first meeting. It's great to have
Yes,
you.
indeed. It is great to be here with you all this morning, and certainly a fundamental item of business here, our agreement. Basically took previous years and just modified the dates and whatnot. I think the scope of services is really good. You know, it's 5 buckets that catch basically economic development activities, business attraction, retention expansion, infrastructure, workforce, and workforce attraction and quality of life. So that's what's in play right now, and that's sort of the activities we're aligned with. I'm looking forward, after a couple of weeks here, getting grounded through the end of the year to maybe refine our actual initiatives under those buckets, under those categories. And so just here to answer any questions or whatever conversation we might have about this.
Sure. Thank you. Commissioners, any questions?
Nope, I don't have any questions.
I always have questions.
That's what we're here for.
When this contract and arrangement was set up and is paid for with edit dollars, the general public was told that the edit dollars would be spent specifically on projects. Now, that's broad-based, and I think there's been a good job done over the years. But what I'd like to see is sit down with Bob, Joe Morris, Chamber and Visitors Bureau, and the Extension Service and coordinate things just a little bit better and make it a little more defined. So in other words, if I ask you, okay, the money we spent last year, where did it go? And you've got those buckets, And I know you're new to the job, and I think you're the right guy at the right time. But I think we can get more bang for the buck if we define it a little bit better.
Sure.
So what I would like to do, and again, he's good for this year, his next payment wouldn't be till May or June of next year.
This isn't effective until January 1.
So if we could table it and then hold those meetings and come back,
Table what?
the contract till the first of the year, or
Okay.
as long as you're open to amending the contract,
Oh, yeah, I mean, just like any.
we can go ahead and approve it.
Just like with any turnover of leadership, I mean, I think what the general process is, you generally keep the non-broken things as is until the new manager has time to kind of run it through their system.
Digest it, yeah.
And then bring back suggestions, because compared to where we started to where this document's at was some changes. And from where this document is to where it's going to be after your synthesis of it, it will be different, so.
Well, and I think the communication could be improved between all parties, because with the help grant that we did not get, I was under the impression a sizable amount of that was gonna go towards the Commons project. And then we've actually hired personnel to take care of that help grant that didn't materialize. So there might be a better use for that position. So I just want to flush things out and
Yeah,
clear the air a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're all saying the same thing. So I mean, I think we need to go ahead and approve this contract, and then, you know, it's a 2-year contract, but we can amend it at any time. And as soon as you see that there's things that need to be changed, bring it to, yeah, I was.
Well, and
still in
along
here.
with that, I'd ask to be appointed to head that up. Meet with Bob and Joe and Cindy and come back with some suggestions.
I just want to make sure we methodically get this in the right order. I mean, I think Bob needs to have some time on his own to kind of get his footing set before we start this committee to change it. So I don't disagree. I think that's probably a first quarter decision that we need to make, to get Bob some time under this existing contract so that he can provide input to that committee. I have no problem with that mechanism. I just think today would be a little early to set
Well,
that committee.
I just wanted to point it, I probably wouldn't start to the first year anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking this would be, you know, kind of an April thing, get the first quarter under our belt, so. And then Bob will be able to hit the ground running, get the committee formed in, so.
And just a little heads up, if things progress as I anticipate, he's gonna need more money.
Yeah, yeah, well,
That'd be a good ask. That's always a good ask.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'd be more of the position to go ahead and sign the contract now. Let's have that discussion maybe in January, February, you want, Ron, and set that mechanism up in April if, you know, if we're all in agreement, so.
Is there some discussion about the help grant that we should have, just so we understand? Because I know that was mentioned at the last meeting. I know that there was questions about that. It's in the minutes, and I didn't know if there was broader discussion.
I brought it up, and my concern was how we would turn out with Okra. I've had conversations with Mr. Spinner. I know there's been meetings since, and I think everything's okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think it was miscommunication and expectations.
Yeah, so we did have a sync-up meeting with Denny and Andrea. Things are 100% okay.
Yes.
And there is no blemish or anything on Daviess County. Daviess County just refused to use the money just to use the money. We weren't gonna waste it. If we didn't have any viable projects that we could all get behind, we were not gonna waste Okra's money. And I think they were pleasantly surprised to hear a municipality say that. More of us need to say that more often, so. It was a great team effort. Amber's, she's gonna be on board for the long haul, we hope. So we're all awaiting her word, and so yeah, I think we're all good there, so.
Yeah, and in fairness to Okra, they were under deadline because these were
Oh.
federal funds.
100%,
And
it's all
so
flows
just got
downhill.
caught in the time crunch more than anything else.
It all flows downhill. Then when the low to moderate income aspect of it hit, that really shifted things around, and so it was a great learning opportunity. We weren't the only ones, so. With that, all that being said, I mean, I'd entertain a motion to approve the contract for us.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Taylor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 3-0. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
See you, Eric. Thank you. Right. Next up, we got the courthouse renovation update. We received an email from the architect just needing us to sign this, authorizing them to act as the owner for purposes of the project filing. So I think we all received that email.
Yep.
Any questions or discussions on that? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Taylor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes 3-0.
That project moving.
Yeah, the project bid, so quick updates on the courthouse that I know of. The hangar is almost complete. They're doing the wiring, the electric as we speak, so it will be available for us for storage within a matter of weeks. So my thinking was any of this excess property inventory that we see that we have, if it's junk, then maybe we'll junk it. But if we see it could be usable, maybe we just shipped it out to the hangar and have that be our central repository. We get through the renovation, we see what's left. We have a countywide yard sale or whatever.
Kind of fire sale.
At that point, bid opening will be Friday at 2 p.m. So we're all excited about that. The basement's moving along. I think I just saw the electrician walk down the sidewalk. So basement's moving along. I did run into Dan Murray. Obviously, we may have some shift in department heads with the retirement.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, just look at the chambers and the judges' chambers and, just see if there's anything that you see. Because obviously he's been focusing on the basement, so I just didn't want to miss anything.
Right.
Having a new judge coming in, so. And that's really the updates as far as I know. We did get the invoice from Ice Miller, I think it was Ice Miller, for Stephen Jones's work on
the contracts.
the contracts and
Bid
packages and all that stuff. So that's all I had for the update. So
Moving right along.
I think we're moving along. So Friday 2 p.m. will be the day.
Drop dead day, yeah.
So
I want to thank you, Nathan, for everything you've done with that courthouse, because it's been a long process for you. I know it has. And I sure appreciate the time and effort you put into it.
the way it's been a group effort. I mean, I was never in any meetings by myself. I mean, I always had some councilmen there. Ron, you've all been doing your legwork as well, and it's definitely those behind the scenes things that people don't see, and we can only control what we can control, and
Yeah.
it
It just takes a lot of time. Even like this building here, I mean, there's a lot of time people don't see, but it's a lot of work.
this is why elected positions don't make these decisions very often, because it is, you come out with some bruises, but, yeah, those bruises heal.
But he'll move on.
But no, I appreciate both of your work too, Ron and Michael both. You guys have really put a lot of legwork into this, and Grant, everybody has, so. Excellent. Perfect. Anything else on the courthouse?
Wait for the bids.
Okay,
Hopefully come in at budget or under budget, and we
yeah,
can proceed forward easily.
yeah, that'd be great. At the Montgomery Bridge, we got the update on that already. We got the ribbon cutting at 10:30 over in Montgomery for anyone who'd like to join us. And as far as I know, that's the last overhead bridge we're gonna have to rebuild for.
Oh my, for
Yeah.
at least 100 years.
Update on that.
Anything else on the Montgomery Bridge?
Nope.
The Osborne Cemetery, I've just been handed,
The township trustee reached out yesterday and said that they were fine with it. I forwarded that email to Jen. So, at the last meeting, talked about Osborne Cemetery. And
Okay.
the question
We've
was,
got a church wants to take over the cemetery.
Pick up the
Okay.
ownership
We
of it.
wanted to check with the trustee to make sure they were
Okay.
in line, because it really falls under them, and it sounds like
Yeah,
they
as long
don't
as
have an issue.
As long as trustee don't have any issue, I don't have any issue transferring that over to the cemetery to the church.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll just be a deed, in accordance with whatever the statute is to
okay.
the church.
So would you officially make that motion to,
Do we do that today, Grant?
You can, and even at the last meeting, you said approve it, depending on the trustees.
okay.
Let's go ahead
Um,
and make a motion.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and entertain a motion to transfer the Osborne Cemetery over to the First Mennonite Church.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Taylor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor, say aye.
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 The motion passes 3-0. All right, thank you. All right, excellent. Anything else, gentlemen?
We got appraisals on the old salt building. Have we put that out yet for sale?
So we've got the appraisals. I think that's been forwarded on to commissioners and council. It was talked about at the last council meeting that they were gonna have to express their interest. It sounded like they were interested in moving everything. It's not been published for bid. I was just waiting, I guess, to see what the preferences
Sell
of the
it, I'd
boards
go
were.
ahead and get it out there, let people start bidding on it,
Okay.
because I think there's a high probability we won't get appraised value.
It'd be contingent upon the new salt building being
Right.
functional.
Put it out and say just to take, or
The possession,
possession date would be
Hopefully,
future.
hopefully by January, that will be functional, hopefully.
yeah, of 24.
Yes.
So if we get it
Not
sold, that
25.
should help go towards paying the salt building.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We did get two prices back. They were exactly the same. I think
Yeah.
you guys have all gotten that. And I know we got 2 bids on the salt building. So I'll start preparing a bid package to put it out there. And then usually we set a limit at what we will not accept less than some amount. So maybe we talk offline, or if you wanna, how do you wanna do that? Or we will not take less than some
Well,
amount.
we can always reject it. I don't know, I'd throw a number out there, let's see what the market will bring.
Yeah, I see where it comes, that's what we're doing on the old
And
National
if
Bank
it's
building.
above the appraised, we can sell it. If not, we
Yeah,
have another decision to
be up to our
make.
discretion.
But I wouldn't put a dollar amount out there.
Okay.
And yeah, that tends to draw it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And one other thing we need to talk about before the end of the year too is, we got our farm leases coming up this year. We do want to sell some of the excess ground out there, or
Yeah,
give it away, or whatever we're gonna do to it with it, trade it, or however we're gonna take care of it. I think the commissioners need to get all the excess land that we don't want anymore off the books. So I don't, so if we write that farm lease for 2024, that may have to be part of the,
Clarify that anything gets sold is
sold is, yeah.
prorated on the lease. Okay.
No, that's good, because we did do a lot of work out there by the airport, got a lot of that cleaned up, and
Right,
now
yeah.
we still have
About 40 acres left out
acres
there.
left out there.
And the airport is, I mean, they're good with what they've got at this point, and they will be for some time, or
I
is there
think
any
so.
reason to?
Well, yeah, I don't, well, I mean, it's just been a few months ago, and they got 20, 30 acres, whatever it was.
But
Those more
didn't
than-
oil leases complicate things?
So
Oh,
the
there's a
people that
tank
buy
there.
take subject to our,
Yeah.
unless we give them,
Tank in the well, there's a producing well there on site.
correct.
Yeah, right there.
That's what complicated things.
And we've retained those rights, so we should still get payments on
Yeah,
that.
because we do get those proceeds. Okay, yeah, it gets complicated. But as regarding that farm ground though, do we proceed with putting that up for sale?
What we need to talk about, what we want to do with it. I think we should get it off the books. We want to keep all the ground out the highway garage, because for expansion in the future, but
Yeah,
the excess ground we got out there at the county highway.
I think this is
County
something
farm.
that Bob Greer needs to be brought into, because there was discussion at one point in time to do an exchange of some I-69 properties, that ground.
okay.
So let Bob run those traps. See, I think it's premature to say we're gonna sell it now, but let's be working on it.
Working on it, I think we need to work
Okay.
towards it.
And at a minimum, we'll
Fair
include in
enough.
the lease to prorate that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
could happen.
Yeah, put that in the lease, and that at least gives us what we need to move
Yeah.
forward, so, excellent. All right, anything from the audience? You got 10 seconds or less.
10 seconds.
If not, I would entertain a motion to approve payroll claims and to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Taylor, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Arnold, all in